First of all, I want to give a shout out to Terence Crawford and Canelo for putting on a good boxing match. Uh, it was on Netflix, easy access to watch. I didn't have to, well, I have ways of watching these boxing fights for free, but um, I didn't have to stream it because the fight was on Netflix. And shout out to my sis out there who lets me use her Netflix account where I could have watched the fight at. So shout out to her because here at the MOBC, um, until we get the fights that we ask for, until we get the boxers who we want to see fight each other fight, you're not getting no pay-per-view money out of me. And that's just what it is. Um, Here at the MOBC, we are not paying for fights like Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, you know, fights like that. Salute to the Jedi. Y'all subscribe to my bro, the Gen X Jedi. Y'all subscribe. And salute to Jedi for having a great live last night. Great live last night. Y'all go back and check out the Jedi's live last night. So here at the MOBC, we will be streaming these fights. As long as you guys keep giving us the fights we don't want, you won't be getting any money out of us. I thought this was a masterclass performance. I thought the reason why that I picked Canelo to win by decision, because I thought it was going to go by decision. I thought that just the size different disparity and also with the age was just going to be, play a factor, the inactivity. But again, Crawford once again showed that maybe at a certain age, like Usyk, maybe at a certain age, that the inactivity is a positive compared to a younger guy who's inactive, right? A younger guy that's inactive, it may hurt him because he's younger and he's not gaining the experience. But with an older fighter who's experienced, it looks like fighting once a year just may be what it is, to preserve himself, while Canelo, who's 35 years old, was active, and all those fights may have taken a toll out of him, especially when he moved up to fight Bivol and then went back down in weight. So for all you young guys out there, don't follow that. You younger guys, you guys got to be active. And I'm talking about the guys that are in their early 20s, mid 20s. But the older guys, I criticize Usyk for only fighting once a year. Maybe I should give him, maybe here at the MOBC, he should get a pass for fighting once a year because he is older. Maybe that's something to consider. So, and I'm not giving Usyk an excuse to put him above Holyfield because I'll never do that. But maybe fighting once a year is what a lot of these older fighters may need to do and take a copy out of what what Crawford is doing. Because Crawford put on a masterclass performance. And I said not in my last video, but one of my other videos, I said, if Canelo goes in there with that stupid high guard and throws one punch at a time, he's not going to beat Crawford. And I thought he was going to do the total opposite. I thought Canelo was going to impose his size. I'm pretty sure he was heavier on fight night. I thought Canelo was going to throw more combinations. But once again, he didn't do that. He was throwing one body shot at a time. He was really slow. He got tired. And all of that, not only was it Canelo being slow, it wasn't just all on him. It was what Crawford was doing in there. Crawford made Canelo tired. Crawford made Canelo look slower. Crawford made Canelo not really do much. And also, Crawford showed all of you people out there who think Laura beat Canelo, who thinks Skull beat Canelo. Crawford did what they were supposed to do, and they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Now, do I think Crawford could stay at 168 and beat, all these guys that I don't know. Again, I still think he's just, undersized. He's not a super middleweight. But at the same time, the landscape of the super middleweight division isn't that stacked anymore, right? So it's not stacked. So it's a weak division. And I don't want to see Crawford fighting in a weak division because he's already been criticized throughout his career on his resume, which I think is a good resume. I don't see anything wrong with Crawford's resume, but all the haters of Crawford will say, "Oh, well, he's fighting in another weak division. Weak division. You only can fight who's there, and if he was to stay at 168 and dominate, so be it. So be it." But I just think him solidifying himself and beating Canelo. And I've criticized Crawford for not defending his undisputed at 140 and 147. However, I will give him a pass for not defending this 168-pound title because he beat the top guy at 168, and there isn't anyone at 168 left for him to fight that we want to see. You understand? Those fights aren't there. So, is Crawford going to fight Shiraz? Absolutely not. I think it's a silly fight. I think Shiraz is like way bigger, way too tall. It's a silly fight. I don't want to see Crawford fight Shiraz. I think Crawford did exactly what he needed to do. He needed to beat Canelo and solidify himself as possibly the number one best fighter in the last 30 years. He's possibly the best fighter in the last 30 years. Okay? All right? It's all subjective. I'm not going to put Crawford here. You can put Crawford wherever you want. It's all subjective. I'll never put a fighter today in the same category as the fighters of the past. I just can't do it. It's a different time, different era. In my opinion, better fighters. Each division was stacked with great contenders and great champions. Everyone fought each other. Circumstances in certain fights was different. I can't do that. However, in the Manny Pacquiao era, Floyd Mayweather era, okay, the Keith Thurman era, all right? Okay, do you understand? The Deontay Wilder era and all that, the Anthony Joshua era, all when these guys were all in their primes, I have to put, I'm sorry, all you Usyk fans, I know you guys love Usyk. I like him too, all right? He's great. I know you guys love Lomachenko. He's great. I know, he's great. I know you guys just love Floyd Mayweather and the 23 champions and Manny Pacquiao in the multiple weight division, all right? Crawford is a 3-time undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes. And not only that, he managed to become an undisputed champion again at almost 40 years old. You have to put him in number 1, in my opinion. Again, you don't have to do anything that I say, but you have to place him in the number. He's got to go at the high 3s, high 4s, all right? Crawford just proved to you guys, and I don't care. Look, I said multiple times, whoever wins will get full credit, okay? I know that they're past their primes, but these two guys are still on the pound for pound list. So we can't say, oh, well, they were old. They was on the pound for pound list, okay? Period. So I don't want to hear that, oh, well, he fought Canelo, that he was old, he's 35 years old. Yeah, he did, but he was still on the pound for pound list. So we're not going to take any credit away from Crawford at all. Absolutely not. Again, full credit to whoever was going to win, and that goes to Crawford. Period, point blank. And now, is Crawford a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather Jr.? I got this question asked to me last night in the boxing chat that I'm in. Is Crawford better than Floyd Mayweather? Well, if are we talking better fighter, better accolades, right? As far as ranking him, okay? As far as ranking Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, as far as who has the better accolades, even before the Canelo fight, I've always had Crawford above Floyd Mayweather. Crawford wasn't picking and choosing who he fought. Crawford fought everyone that he was supposed to fight to become undisputed champion. Or salute Red Glove Militant. Salute, salute, salute. Crawford did everything he was supposed to do to become an undisputed champion. Floyd Mayweather didn't do that. Floyd Mayweather danced around and fought certain opponents, and you Floyd fanboys out there defended it. Oh, why should Floyd fight this guy? He's not bringing enough money. Why should Floyd fight that guy? No one knows who he is. And that's why Floyd Mayweather never unified and never became undisputed in any weight class. So we have to put Crawford there above Floyd Mayweather. You have to. 23 champions, again, is a narrative. We live in a time where Floyd Mayweather was privileged enough to fight in an era where there's multiple champions in each weight class, right? And more weight divisions, more boxing divisions, okay? So all this 23 champions, throw that out the window, okay? Crawford has become undisputed. Not only has he become undisputed, he fought everybody that he was supposed to face to become undisputed. Okay? And let me segue to my point. Oh no, sorry. I don't want to segue yet. And as far as a better fighter, Floyd Mayweather is a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Yes, way better defense than Crawford. However, all-around fighter, all-around skills, all-around adapting to your opponent, and also facing different styles, different type of opponents, not just one style every 5 fights, and then you fight another guy who may have a different style, but for the most part, you fight the same guys type style over and over again. You guys know what I'm alluding to if you know boxing. Y'all know who Floyd Mayweather been fighting most of his career. We're not going to go there. But we have to put Crawford in there as a better fighter, all-around fighter. He just is. He just is. You know, like I said, I heard some haters say that Crawford wasn't a switch hitter because when he turns left, he stays left. Well, if turning southpaws was working for him, why should I go back to conventional? When I made my prediction video, most of that video was me clowning on the Crawford haters. And you guys owe Crawford an apology because a lot of you guys talked about his resume, talked bad about his resume, said he fought a bunch of nobodies. But if he didn't fight those nobodies, how is he going to become undisputed? Somebody else would have fought those nobodies and became undisputed, right? So I don't want to hear that junk about he didn't fight anybody and his whole 147-pound division wasn't that good. Maybe it wasn't that good. Yeah, it wasn't. But he had to fight who was there. You only can fight who's in your era. Lomachenko tried to fight who was in his era, and he failed twice. Crawford didn't. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry that Lomachenko was in the back room crying when Devin Haney beat him. Sorry. Sorry, he just couldn't do it. Lomachenko fought who was there, and that was Devin Haney. He couldn't do it, and he lost. Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez. He was there, and he lost. While Crawford fought Postal, who was there, and he won. Fought Ndongo, who was there, and he won. Fought Spence, who was there, and he won. Yeah, we know the circumstances of Spence. Don't want to get into that topic. That's a whole nother topic. But Spence was willing and ready to fight. Spence had 2 wins after his car accident. So he felt like he was 100%. It's not my place to say that he wasn't 100%. And Crawford beat him. That's just the way it goes. Period, point blank. Okay? I don't want to hear. I seen guys talking bad about Crawford Had nothing to. If you go back to my prediction video, yeah, I thought Canelo was going to win based off weight classes. Based off that, I thought Canelo was going to win by decision. Go back to my video. Half of that video was me talking about how bad people was clowning on Crawford. A lot of you guys was being so racist. A lot of you boxing channel, and you know who you are. And some of you guys know who I'm talking about. All these guys with all these debates, and they go on there and they debate. And a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you channels was out there, was saying bad things about Crawford. I'm looking in the comments, calling him all kind of racial slurs and talking about his wife, and all of that don't got nothing to do with boxing. And look how that played out. And I watched some of you channels out there. A lot of you guys was out there is doing damage control right now. You guys are doing damage control right now. And this is what y'all boxing fans out there get for bringing race into boxing. Stop bringing ethnicity into boxing. You guys said that black boxers run. I heard a guy say that all black boxers do is black boxers don't want to fight and stand in the middle and trade. And look what happened when Crawford stood in the middle of trading. Oh my goodness, you guys feel stupid right now. You guys feel dumb right now. Stop being racist out there. Now, this is gonna be off topic of the boxing, because I've been wanting to say this for a long time. A lot of you boxing channels out there, stop associating other black boxing channels with the LDBC. Please stop doing that. Not every black channel is an LDBC channel. LDBC have their own thing going on. And they can do what they want. I don't care about the LDBC only supporting black fighters. Because, hey, you got to call a spade a spade. It's a lot of Latino channels and the European channels out there that only support their own. I don't see no problem with LDBC supporting their own. Here at the MOBC, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm only supporting boxing. The sport of boxing. Now, if you're a racist, if you're a boxer that's being racist towards a black boxer, then I'm going to root for the black boxer just because you're being racist. Otherwise, any other reason? No. It's here only for boxing, period. Period, point blank. And a lot of you channels out there, I've seen somebody was calling Canelo kryptonite, a black man kryptonite. Black man kryptonite? What type of ish is that? I don't want to curse. I don't like to curse on my YouTube page because in case kids are watching it. But what kind of crap is that? Calling them black man kryptonite. Well, look what happened, huh? Would you like it now if someone said Crawford was the Latino kryptonite? You wouldn't like that at all. You wouldn't like that at all. So please stop with the racist. Please stop being racist, please. Crawford is complete. When they ask who did Terence Crawford fight, the answer should be everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely, it should be everybody. He fought everybody who was there. I don't see why everybody wants to clown on Crawford's resume. You can't, listen, it's not Crawford's fault that the 140-pound division wasn't stacked like back in the days. It's not his fault that 147-pound division wasn't stacked back in the days. But there were still good fighters there that he fought. There were still good fighters at 147 that he fought. 140 that he fought. Okay? We can't sit there and say it was just absolutely trash. Because he fought good fighters. Period. I don't want to go into logistics. Oh, Kell Brook, he had one eye. Amir Khan don't have no chin. Jeff Horn, no. Let's just keep it boxing. Let's just keep it at the boxing space. He fought good fighters there. A lot of you boxing fans out there, you know who you are, you PBC fanboys. You guys were saying, well, before he fights Spence, he needs to go through Porter. As if Porter is just this world breaker. Porter, the guy who loses every single boxing fight he has, a big major fight. Porter loses literally every big major fight, and he's supposed to be scared of Porter, and look what happened. He stopped him. Please, let's not do that to Terence Crawford. Give that man his just due. Give that man his just due. Period, point blank. Give him his props. He is the best fighter of this era. He is above Inoue, because I had Inoue above him at first. Rightfully so, because he was more active. Shout out to Inoue. He just fought. Masterclass performance. It's too bad that they didn't promote that fight like they should have. Masterclass performance. Go watch it. I watched it this morning. But Crawford, you got to put him in number one. Above Inoue. Above Usyk. Above Tank Davis. Above Shakur Stevenson. Above anybody that you think is number one. Crawford got to go at number one. I'm sorry. That's where he's going. Bam Bam Rodriguez? No, he's above Bam Bam Rodriguez. He's above all of these guys. Period. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all. Hey, listen, a lot of you European boxing fanboys, you guys was being racist. You know, hey, that's what happens. Now you guys are going to get trolled by the LDBC. Now the LDBC is going to have major trolling on y'all. That's y'all fault. And then vice versa. When Usyk beats, a fighter that they support, then they're just going to troll each other, and they're going to troll each other back and forth, and they're going to go at each other back and forth. And that's why the boxing space is so silly. Because it's a race thing. It should be just about boxing. It should just be about boxing. Shout out to Crawford. I think Crawford is number one, pound for pound, best fighter today. Also, number one, pound for pound, best fighter of this era. Above anybody you could think of this era. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Okay? All of these guys that you thought that should be number one, and all these 8 division champions and 20 division champion. Manny Pacquiao was 8 division champion, never unified, never became undisputed. Floyd Mayweather, 23 champions. He fought 23 champions, and he fought a younger Canelo. Ooh, he fought a younger Canelo. Ha, 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 ha. At a catch weight. I'm sorry, but Crawford goes above Canelo. Crawford goes above Floyd. He goes above him. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you guys, but Crawford is number one. Period, point blank. This is the MOBC. Salute my own boxing community.